Good day, guys. As you can see, I am here with my brother Charana. Anytime you see my brother and I on your screens, and you know it's about to do what? It's about to go down. Charana,
my brother,
how are you doing today?
Charlie, I'm doing well.
Hey, my brother, are you sure you are doing well?
Hey, Charlie, I'm doing well. No, tomorrow is celebration, so I'm doing
and then
well.
What's your Nigerian name again?
Chinedu in the building.
Yes, and as you all know, I am a booker. So let's delve into what we have for you today. As we all know, Nigeria has an upcoming friendly match against Russia. And then that is after they have, trashed all the teams they met in the Unity Cup. And then kudos to Nigeria. They did fantastically well, in the Unity Cup. Chanana.
Yeah, my brother.
Nigeria is taking on Russia. Okay. Yeah. And then the players are now in Moscow.
Yeah.
You understand? They are in Moscow. And then the recent development that has come has shown that there has been some changes in the initial squad. Eric Sekshel actually, presented for the friendly match against Russia. And first of all, before I forget this, Stanley Nwabali, okay, he's not part of the squad. And then news reaching us is that he has lost both parents, and then they'll be buried on the 7th of this month.
Oh.
And Stanley Nwabali, if you are watching us, we are sending our deepest condolences to you. We pray that the good Lord fills the void that your parents have, left in your life. Okay, so guys, let's quickly go into it. Chanana.
Yes, my brother.
Nigeria, Russia.
Yeah.
This match is coming off on the 6th of June. That's tomorrow.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then it is coming off at the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow. All right?
One of the popular stadiums in the world.
Exactly. Nigeria has never played Russia before.
Yeah.
This is the first time they are meeting. Chanana, what's your general thoughts, about this fixture?
See, no matter how you look at it, it's a friendly game, and I think every coach, both teams are missing a bit of their players and other team. Nigeria will be missing Osimhen and other stuff, and we also know Russia to be missing some of their big players, Golovin and other stuff. So, and maybe their goalkeeper and other stuff is also injured and other things. So, I think for this game, they are just trying to see every coach trying to see what he's going to do with players, trying to make some positions and here and there, because you all know most of the coaches will not be going in with their first 11, so they are trying to give players opportunities and other things to see their performance and assess them, whether they can trust them and other things. And what we have seen from the Unity Cup, there are a lot of things Nigeria needs to attend to, especially concerning their squad. So I think this is also giving the coach another opportunity, because we know that there have been a bit of changes from the main squad that he released because of some players missed because of injuries, some because of passport issues and unavailability, as you were saying about Stanley, because he lost his parents and other things. So you realize that this is just a warm-up game. Every coach will try to man up his tactics and see what he can do in their next fixture. But with this, I'm not seeing too much of competitiveness inside because of injuries and other things. The season has ended, so most of the players, they want to rest and other things. So I just see that this game will just be a normally game played as a friendly, because we all know that Russia has been banned for some time now, and they are now trying to play some matches and other stuff. So I think this one, I'm not expecting too much of a heated game, but a lovely game for the fans to watch. Okay,
Chanana, thank you very much for that, with that effect. And then you see, Nigeria put up a very great performance during the Unity Cup.
Yeah,
they were able to trash Ghana, and then eventually trashing Jamaica in the finals.
Yeah.
Okay, so there has been a problem. In a recent interview, Eric Sekshel, who happens to be the head coach for the Nigeria Super Eagles team, complained about the fact that Nigeria literally concedes in every game they play, no matter the opponents they meet.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you check even their last 2 games, they scored 4 and then conceded 3 goals. They scored 2 against Ghana, they conceded 1. They scored 2 against Jamaica and conceded 2.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they won the game on penalties. Okay, so what changes do you think can be made in the Nigerian Super Eagles team setup or their approach that can actually minimize the rate at which they concede goals in matches like this?
For me, I think I understand where Eric Sekshel is coming from, because as a coach, that is his perspective. But for we, the fans, we all know, if you are being fair, we all know that in the past 2 games, Nigeria have not put up their first or their strongest 11. So most of the players that are playing, especially in the defense, are playing for the first time together. So no matter how the best of defenders you need, you need cohesion for them to perform well. Because before you see any defense going on a shutout against the strikers, you realize that those defenders have played together for a long time. Because we all saw Bonucci, Cellini, when they were going for the 15 games without conceding. That was not their first season. They've played about 3-4 seasons before you can.
So there's that bond
And other things. But these players, because it's a friendly match and it's trying to see how you perform for them and see things. So I don't see too much to be blamed about it. The only thing is, I know that he'll be learning a lot from what the players are giving up on the pitch, because he wants to get his own personal 11. Because he's a new coach and he has not played even up to 7 or 8 games for Nigeria. So he's now getting to know some players and trying to see some 1 or 2 things. So these errors in his early stages will be very easy, which will happen. But we all know as a coach that he is working towards it. That's why he has come to voice it out. That should tell you that it's bothering me a bit. So he's trying to see what he can do to fill in that cracks. So let's hope that as a coach he's going to solve this problem, because this is one of the reasons why they brought him into the job.
Yes. Okay. And then, we all can attest to the fact that Russia has been excluded from competitive action since February 2022.
Yeah.
You understand? And the last time they played a competitive match was against Croatia in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they've put up, a pretty good start. In their last 8 games, they've won all 8, scoring 45 goals, conceding none.
Nice.
You understand?
Nice one.
Even though these are not competitive matches, you understand? They are just, friendlies.
Okay.
But there's one thing I keep saying in the world of football, okay? The only time you can look down on a team, okay, is when you see, let me use Chelsea for example. Chelsea played the Conference League. People were bashing Chelsea that, oh, you are bigger than the Conference League. You would have gotten the opportunity to throw Chelsea more if they hadn't won the Conference League.
Yes, please.
But for the fact that they went to the Conference League, played it and won it, it stays like that. They are champions.
Yes, yeah.
Same applies to Russia. They are not playing competitive games. They are playing friendlies with teams that have lower strengths than them.
Yeah.
Exactly. But they've been able to put out a very great performance, scoring 45 goals in all the friendly games they played.
And their last 2 games, like they scored
10 goals against Zambia and then Grenada.
Yeah.
That's, pretty good performance from the Russians. Nigeria, on the other hand, in their last 2 games, as I said, they scored 4, conceding 3. And then almost every game that Nigeria plays now, they concede a goal. Chanana, what relationship or what correlation do you see between these two? Like, what do you think can happen between Russia and Nigeria based on these stats?
For me, I think sometimes playing a competitive game, no matter what, you have an edge over someone who has played all these last about 10 games being friendlies. Because let's be frank with you, most of those opponents that Russia has faced are just, Nigeria will beat those people by huge margins. Every team will beat them by huge margins.
No, but mind you, Russia beats Zambia. That happens to be their last match.
Yeah.
Russia beat Zambia 5-0.
No.
So are you saying that Nigeria can actually catch Zambia and then...
No, but you see, I understand what you're coming, but I know that football, sometimes those things don't match. That this has beaten this, so this one has to beat. Yeah, that's football. But I'm just trying to say, most of the opponents that they have faced, 5-0, you see they've won 11-0, 6-0, a lot of huge matches. That will tell you that there are no opponents for them at all. You understand? So I see with this game, I see Nigeria having slightly an edge over them because of the competitiveness of their players. Because you all know most of their players are playing in competitive leagues compared to the Russian players. Because of what happened between them and Ukraine, some teams don't even want to buy their players anymore. You understand? So most of them are playing. Most of their players are in the Russian league. You realize that most of their players are playing in the Russian league. You understand? But because most of the teams don't want to buy their players because of what is happening. But we are hoping that now that things have subsided a bit, and because now they have started playing friendlies with Zambia, Nigeria, that should tell you that they are coming back to the terrain again.
So they are trying to tell us that even though they are not in official action, they are still trying to, keep up. They don't want the heat to die, so they are keeping up with these friendly matches.
They want to build up their competitiveness. So I'm seeing a fairly competitive game, not to the extreme, because this is a friendly game. So everything will be played at a low pace and all that thing. But I'm seeing an enjoyable game that we the neutrals or we the fans will enjoy to watch, because friendly games normally they produce a lot of goals, and football is all about goals. So we just hope that both coaches will get whatever they want from the friend, because every coach organizes a friendly for a particular reason. Some wants to see some of the new players, some wants to see where they can make adjustments to their formations and other things. So let's hope every coach gets a positive outcome from whatever whatever this friendly is for.
Okay, and Chanana, Matvey Safonov.
Yeah.
He happens to be the goalkeeper for Russia.
Yeah.
Prior to this match. Okay. And then it's a very interesting one because he managed to win the Champions League with Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
Do you think it makes any changes going into this game? Even though he wasn't a starter for Paris Saint-Germain, but it is believed that a team that wins the title, even if the player is a starter or not a starter, the player goes through the same training they go through. The players, I mean, they have the same mentality as the players who played, like, I mean, for the first team, you understand? Yeah. So, do you see this bringing any changes to the Russian national team or changing the game as a whole?
So no, I don't see any impact on this one again because this is a personal.
Even though you won the Champions League.
Yeah, but it's a personal glory, not a team glory. You understand? It's just one player, and when it's coming as a goalkeeper, maybe I don't think maybe the captain or a leader of the team. So there's maybe a bit less of what he can do. This is a friendly game, you understand? So Nigeria will not be sitting down there because you have won the Champions League. So what? Who cares about you winning the Champions League?
No, but I mean Champions League.
This is not. We are not playing a Champions League game. We are playing a country-friendly game, and Nigeria are also poised to win because Eric Shekushe wants to build up confidence in the players that actually we can beat anybody. You understand? But as a coach, no matter what, the first thing you have to make your players understand that you can beat anybody, whether being in Brazil, Germany, because immediately you let your players know that actually some things we can't beat them, then you are putting something in their mind. You understand? Exactly. But you ask the coach, so the coach will also want to win. So we don't care whether he has won a World Cup or Champions League or whatever. We don't care. All we care is about what is going to happen tomorrow, and we are hoping for Nigeria to give us a positive result and do well, so that the coach will see whatever he wants to see. Because as I said earlier, every coach is playing a friendly game for a particular reason. So let's hope that the coach gets whatever he wants to get from the game.
Okay, Chanana, thank you very much for that insight. And then moving on, I mean, there were some Super Eagles team who were supposed to be part of the squad who would play Russia. But due to certain reasons, some of the players are no longer with the team. A player like Nathan Teller couldn't renew his passport on time. That actually exempted him from joining the team to Russia. A player like Rufen Ndidi got injured during the Unity Cup, and then he has been replaced by Xavier Isaac. Ola Aina has also withdrawn from the team due to injury and then has been replaced by Sadiq Ismaila. Do you think these changes that have been made due to these circumstances can actually have a huge impact on Nigeria negatively?
For me, I don't see any huge impact on them because even before these players were in this crowd, they've exempted some of the stars out. Lukman, Osimhen, and things are not going to play. You understand? So with this game like this, that I'm telling that maybe sometimes the coach will not be checking too much on the results. He's checking about the performance and trying to see where his formation he can be for. Because as a new coach, sometimes he's trying to try, because we all know Shekushe plays normally two different formations, a 4-3-3 and sometimes a 4-2-3-1. So he will try to see with players like this which one will suit them well, or where you can play or where you cannot play and other stuff. So the main reason for playing friendlies are sometimes not based on the results that you get, but what's the players or the impact those players are going to make on your team. Because some of these players, they are vying for positions that are already occupied by senior players or main players who have performed well over time. So you coach some of these players, coach is trying to give them opportunity to prove to him what they can do, so that maybe they'll be as part of his team, but not his main players. But when he needs them to perform, he can call them in any time. So I'm not saying maybe too much emphasis on the result, but I think the performance will be very, very key to what your coach is looking for.
Okay, so guys, that is it for I mean, the players who are injured for the Super Eagles team. Chanana, thank you very much for that insight. And guys, once again, this match will be coming off on the 6th of June at the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow, Russia. I mean, I just hope you guys would have your seats, I mean, chill drinks, and then enjoy this game. As Africans, as the name goes, Ebuka, we are going all out for Nigeria. Oh, my brother, what do you think?
Oh yeah, but the people should know that I'm still waiting for my Chiamaka or Ngozi. Okay, so people cannot lie me and I'll be there like this.
Oh, but did anybody promise you?
Some guy be promised me one day, I forget, I'll go and look for that guy.
And then the guy should do the needful. Guy, please, if you know you promise my brother.
We don't support Nigeria.
Okay, so guys, that is it for Nigeria and then Russia. Make sure to like, share, and then subscribe. The next time you see us on your screens again, it will be fire. We go vibe.